Job I just finished. As you saw in the video, I've saved myself 7 minutes. Now, from I told you me setting a world record, um, 35 minutes, I could get done much sooner than that. 7 minutes much sooner. But I didn't get done this whole job in less than 20 minutes because I was here a while fixing some things, but the way I was moving. I'm telling you, like greased lightning moving. Now, did it do a good job? Did it clean it? This is a weekly count. Of course it did. And even if it was a monthly count, it still would have cleaned good. So, this tool can't clean dirty glass? Really? That's a new one on me. I'm doing it all day, every day, baby. So, if Marcus saved 7 minutes more, he's saving even more time. Obviously, this is a bigger channel. But the value and the saving comes in these things. And if he's saving time, maybe I should do that to mine. Yeah, well, maybe you should. But this is Masters at Wagtail, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so for those who are going to try this mod, as you can see, I made a skeleton model. I had to shave just a hair off in order to slip it on there, and then I cut a slit in there for the actual thing itself. Let me just show you. You see how it fits on there nicely? If you jam it on there, you'll see, but I'm taking these off and I'm just going to dog ear the channel. Plumber's tape, I wrapped it around the holes until it was nice and snug, and then I filled super glue in there. It was a rush job. If this doesn't work, I'm sure it will, but if it doesn't work, then I'll get the right glue. This was just so I can use this for today. So I added a water-fed feature to it. In a few minutes, the glue should dry so we can see how this thing works. And this is going to allow me to, on this big Firestone job, including the front. Yes, it's a monthly account. So this tool is not just good for cleaning clean glass, like accounts that are every week or every 2 weeks, because you may not have accounts like that. Okay, so if you got a monthly account, you could still use this tool. And I do it all the time since I've been using this tool, and the windows come out fine. So I don't know what to talk with some of the people. You see, don't talk about something you don't understand, because if you haven't did it yourself and if you haven't used it, you really don't have much of an opinion. In my point, you know, in my opinion, you really don't have much of an opinion because you haven't done it, nor do you have the tool itself. So you can't talk about something you really don't know anything about. All right? Because I'm doing it all day, every day, and I'm proving it to y'all in your videos. What I got to lie about? What I got to hide? If you don't believe me that you can clean dirty glass with this, I'm sorry you feel that way, son. I really am. I feel sorry for you because you're ignorant, and ignorant people do not know. They just don't know, you know? And for you to think that it's not possible, it's just ignorant all in itself. But that right there, we're going to show you today. All right? So let's get to work. An update on this mod. I told you I would share things as I go along. Until Wagtail gets their stuff together, I'm I'm gonna do it my way because they're gonna make their own water-fed nozzles. Uh, Stay tuned for that. It's needless to say, it should be something special. But I have these old tips. I didn't use these because I missed I lost the inside part of it, and it worked out just fine fitting on there, and I didn't have to put any glue or nothing. So this right here, I modified a tip. This was on this tip, so I cut that off. As you can see, the hole is very big, but when you pull this plastic piece out, it's almost the same diameter as this holes, right? So what I did was I put Gorilla Tape to compensate for the slack, but it was too thick. So I went and got plumber's tape and I wrapped it around an update on this. Let me explain to y'all the reason why you can clean dirty glass with a tool like this. The way I use my one pass is in conjunction with water. If you're just spraying the pad down, um, it probably could do the same thing. But let me just shed a little light on the subject. For those who don't use a spray thing, you would have to adopt to using a spray bottle, first of all, because dunking it is, I mean, you can do it, but the whole thing is you don't want to have to look for a water source. All right, so you're trying to eliminate some steps involved. That's what this tool has given you. But for those who say you can't clean a dirty window with it, let me just shed a little light on the subject here. Whatever part of the pad is touching the window, right? You paying attention? It is picking up that dirt constantly being wet, all right? So when you make your final close off, whatever little water is there is that dirty water is squeezed out onto the frame, if that makes sense. Yes, there is still more water there for you to clean about maybe 3 or 4 windows, because the back part of the pad, when you come closer, this is how you would use this tool, Jarvis. When you come closer, you can almost get the whole pad to wet the window, not just the tip part of it like you would if you were squeegeeing. So it has more water. It might be dirty water, but let me tell you something. If you're using it in conjunction with this, you always have clean water spraying on that glass. So when you make your final pull, all that dirty water, it doesn't get any dirtier. Once it gets dirty, it doesn't get any dirtier. No matter how many amount of windows you clean, it doesn't get dirtier. Because I've cleaned 100 windows. So far, these windows was nasty dirty, all right? I cleaned every single one of these windows with this tool, and it hasn't gotten any dirtier. It won't. It never will. If you do this, like I said, or you can dunk it and rinse it out every time, but then now you're working hard. You know, you're constantly having clean water on that glass. All right. So in reality, I know I messed my window up, but take a look at these windows. They came out flawless, man. Take a look at these windows. They came out flawless. There is no squeegee marks or turn marks. If you're afraid of turn marks, why don't you just do straight pulls then? Huh? That'll solve that problem. If you're afraid, because you can clean a window with the nastiest of water as long as you don't do any swiveling. Okay? You could literally just do side pulls, but you got to learn how to do side pulls too, because with that dirty water, if you don't make your side pulls correctly, you will leave a nasty ash film where you made your side pull or your straight pull down. I already showed y'all how to eliminate that nastiness from when you make your straight pulls, so you don't have to put a rag on a pole and detail the heck out of the corners. All right? I'm not going to go through all this over again. You see that? It dried. That's that nasty ash film from that dirty pad. All right? But I assure you, this is not the issue here. Because if you can clean a window, which some of you I know you can, there shouldn't be any turn marks. All right? So that's that. Keep making money the slow way. I don't care. Listen to me or don't listen to me. Just keep making money slow. I'll get all that money out there. Y'all can keep working slow and try catching up to me if you can. I'm gonna bless y'all with another tip. I advanced myself now. Remember when I used to use a separate tool? I told you about tire marks that they push into the door. They don't come out, not even if you scrub it hard. You need either a razor, steel wool, magic eraser, or bronze wool. Hey, Tina. Or bronze wool pad. So I used to use a magic eraser. So it came out with this, with the back of this with no problem. So it works. Even if you wanted to put a magic eraser on here to eliminate a separate tool and just be able to turn it around backwards and use it, you can do that. But what you would have to do is you would have to add a female Velcro strip to the magic eraser, like I've done for my magic eraser one pass strips, which is fantastic. I know Travis said you were going to do that because he had asked me a question about what scrubs the best, the magic eraser sponge or the sponge itself as the strip, the strip washer. And I told him the magic eraser without a doubt, clearly without a doubt. So you can actually swap out. But just keep in mind, those magic erasers are only good for maybe, I don't know how many windows it could clean, but a magic eraser will last me maybe 2 days, 3 at the most, depending on if I'm using that tool all day. So you can actually get the large magic erasers and cut them up into strips and do it like that. Like I said, you would have to add the Velcro strip backing to it in order for this to work. And forget about using it over again. When it's done, you will know. Just trash it, Just make sure you have a big roll of Velcro if you're going to be doing this on a regular. I got a big roll of it. I had it for about 5 months now. It's not often that I use it, but when you want to do some changes, that's what you can do. All right, I had to tell y'all another reason why you would want to get a one-pass tool when you're especially doing insides. All right, you know how I'm at a hair salon, right? And people run their fingers through their hair while they're sitting here, and all that hair just gets all over the place. So what do you think happens with those guys who use a traditional mop? You're hitting the window, and that bottom part of the mop is picking up all that hair. So you'll never get rid of it unless you change your water. So when you dunk that, you can risk the chance of getting hair on your squeegees, and it's just a never-ending process. You almost gotta trash the water if you're working by bucket. If you're working by a sprayer, it's not an issue. But it is an issue with that mop. You're gonna have to rinse that mop out. But if you have a tool like this bypasses all that. And here's the reason why. Because when you mop the window in, right? You listening? This is never going to pick up what's on that ledge because the pad is on the squeegee itself. And when you side pull it, unless there's hair on this frame, you will never get any hair on your squeegee or your mop. Just something to ponder on. I've already showed y'all about 7 to 8 different ways that this thing will benefit you. I just found some more. If you got signs hanging up, I told you, you got signs hanging up, you saw in the video, you don't have to wet over the sign or take it down. With this tool, you could just squeegee it like normal because you have a controlled amount of water. So if you squeegee a certain way, if you watch my videos, you'll learn how to squeegee over top of signs without dripping. But that's about it. Mac-a-frackin'.